Hey, what's up, guys? Wanted to make this video and talk about Ponzi schemes and scams and all this that you hear about, online. So if you've been around YouTube or like the cryptocurrency world for any, number of weeks or months or years or whatever, you hear about like Ponzi's or scams or stuff like that. And there's definitely those Ponzi schemes that are like people that put up websites for 2 weeks, right? And they're like, we're going to pay you 6% an hour on your money. And then, they're gone in like, 2 weeks or something, right? There's definitely those Ponzi schemes. But what I want to talk about really is kind of um, the more general outlook on the world really as a whole. That's kind of a really kind of micro view on it, and the micro view is the tiny little detailed micro view is important, but what is also important is being able to see things from the big picture. Um, when I hear about what is a Ponzi scheme and what is a scam, I kind of think about just the world in general. I don't think about like, oh wow, this little thing is a Ponzi or this little thing is a scam. Maybe it is and maybe it isn't. But when you look at the bigger world, I mean, we live in a Ponzi scheme. We live in a scam. Okay. When you look at what is corporate America? It's a pyramid scheme. Okay. So when people look at, a program that has maybe an MLM, a multi-level structure to it. Is it a pyramid? Yeah, it's a pyramid. But what it's also a pyramid? Well, corporate America, that's the biggest pyramid. Why? Well, because you can actually never get to the top. Whereas in a so-called pyramid of multi-level, yes, you're at the bottom of the pyramid, but you have the ability to actually build your own pyramid. So you can be, yes, you can be at the bottom by the time you get into the pyramid, but you can also build your own pyramid and be at the top of the pyramid. So you can actually get to the top. It actually gives you an opportunity. Whereas if you go and start a job at a multinational corporation at the bottom as a janitor, I can pretty much guarantee you that you're not going to get to be CEO. It's just not going to happen. Okay, I think we can all agree on that. Of course, I don't want to hear about the story of this one guy who made it after working for 35 years, one guy, and he got to be head of the company. Okay, fine. Sometimes lightning, sometimes lightning strikes, twice. Okay, and sometimes man bites dog. Okay, but it just generally doesn't happen, right? But in a multi-level structure, you actually have the ability. Yes, you are at the bottom of somebody's pyramid, but everybody who comes into the pyramid actually has an ability to build their own pyramid. Okay, so you're in the bottom of the pyramid, but you can build your own pyramid. Whereas in the corporate world, you can't build your own pyramid. Okay, another thing where you see where is a scam. We live in scams. Okay, the dollar is a pyramid scheme. The dollar is an entire pyramid scheme. They're printing more money. They're printing more dollars to pay off the debt of the old dollars. That's a pyramid scheme. They're creating money out of thin air where there is no money, or there is no value from the money to pay off old debt and to keep the system going. That's a pyramid scheme. That's the biggest pyramid scheme there is. Scam. Well, the world is filled with scams. We can talk about the the income tax. That's a scam. That's a huge scam. The federal income tax in the United States. There's no law that says that you have to pay income taxes. Doesn't exist. There's no law. I'll give you $1,000 of anyone who can present me after watching this video a law that says that you have to pay income tax. Now, I'm not suggesting that you don't pay income taxes. I'm not suggesting that at all. That's a very bad idea. You should pay your taxes and be a good citizen. But there is no law that says that you have to pay income tax. I've looked. I've looked into this. It doesn't exist. Okay. So that's a big scam. One of the biggest. That's like the biggest scam in history. You don't hear people talking about those scams. So focus on like the bigger scams in society, and like, the scam of the dollar, this pyramid scheme of the dollar, the pyramid scheme of corporate America, the scam that is the income tax um, law that doesn't exist, okay, and yet people still pay it. People still pay it every year. It's an unenforced. It's a law that doesn't exist that's enforced by the gun, and that's how it's enforced, plain and simple, right? So when you focus on those big scams and big pyramid schemes, it enables you to make decisions at a lower level that aren't nearly as important. They're just the fine details of that. So knowing that we essentially live in a scam, we live in a pyramid scheme. Your dollars that you use every day are a pyramid scheme. You pay taxes every year because of a scam. Um, when you're able to understand those at a bigger picture, you can understand that when you see things, online or something like that, it really doesn't bother you that much. It's not that big of a deal. You can say to yourself, oh, okay, well, I'll just make my decision to understand if this is good for me or not. There's so many people online who are sitting back and they're not doing anything and they're wondering why they're still broke, right? You got to work. You got to just go out and make money. Just stop asking questions and you don't want to put money into something where it's going to kill you and you're going to get emotional about it if you lose that money. But just start taking action, just start hustling, just start doing something for yourself. It's going to take steps, and it's going to lead on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Stop worrying about everything just being a pyramid scheme. It's like everything is not a pyramid scheme, okay? um, there are bigger pyramid schemes like I just explained in society, but you got to just start taking action. You got to just start doing things. You got to just start hustling. You got to just start making money. Just make money, right? Let's just all make money. Why don't we all just all make money, and we can all just meet up on a beach somewhere and hang out and chill with a bunch of beers, and we can all just be rich. I want everybody to be rich. I want everybody to make money. I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to be able to have experience, being able to travel the world for the past 5 years straight. That's a beautiful experience that many people watching this video have never experienced before. I understand that, and I appreciate that. I'm so fortunate to be in the position I am, and I appreciate that even more. I appreciate the education I've been able to purchase. I appreciate the probably $200,000 that I put into my education, my self-education, not bullshit college, but I put into my self-education to learn what I've known, what I know. Um, I appreciate the mentors that I've had around me. Without the mentors and coaches that I've had around me, I would be nothing. I would still be stuck. I would still be watching YouTube videos and not doing anything. I would still be, learning and learning things but not taking action. I would still be, worried that everything is a pyramid scheme and a pyramid scam instead of just taking action and getting involved and making money. Like, just make money, right? Yourself. Think about yourself. Think about your family. Um, you're not trying to screw people over. It's not the idea of something. Of course, you don't want to screw people over. Nobody wants to screw people over. I don't think the general person wants to screw people over. I don't want to screw people over. I want to help people. I want to help people make money. I want to help you. That's why, I mean, this is why I give my personal Facebook on my YouTube. I don't want Tom, Dick, and Harry contacting me on my Facebook. I don't even like being on Facebook. I'd rather be at the beach, right? I don't like, even being on the computer. I create a life for myself of where I can do what I want to do. I can travel. I can be with my friends because that's the lifestyle that I want to create for myself. So, but I do it to help people. I do it to get people to get going, to take action. Um, I do it because because there's bigger Ponzi schemes and there's bigger scams out there that you should be concerned with, and knowing that within when you see the bigger picture, it's important to have a bigger picture view. Most people are just focused on the very little, tiny little microscopic things that aren't really that important, um, because they're not focused on the very big picture. And when you're focused on the big picture, kind of life and business and it becomes easier when you're focused on the big picture. Um, I prefer to be more of I'm more of an idea person. I like to focus on the big picture, and then the details are kind of, there, but I'm not really a detail person. I'm more of a kind of a big idea person, big thinker, and the people who actually like do all the stuff, I usually outsource most of that and get people to actually do that kind of stuff, the detail oriented, work kind of stuff. Um, but I generally like to focus on the big ideas and the big picture. It just depends on what type of person you are. Some people are not that type of person. Some people are the detail oriented people. I know, for example, my mother, she's a detail oriented person. It's like nothing gets by her, you know. She works with numbers all day, and so it's like, she's a very detail oriented um, person, and that's what she's good at, is focusing on those details. And there needs to be somebody to focus on those details. It's not that it's not important, it is important. Everybody has their skills in life, so what they're good at in life. So focus on the big picture, guys. There are lots of scams. There's lots of Ponzi's in this world. The whole world is a scam. The whole world is a Ponzi. Okay, we live in a Ponzi. The global financial structure is a Ponzi scheme. Okay, that's the world that we live in. So once you know that, it's like, okay, you can make decisions from there. And really, for me, as a big idea person, it becomes a lot easier to make those decisions. All right, so hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, click thumbs up. If you don't like it, click thumbs down. It's fine too. It's not going to hurt me. And subscribe. Click the little bell thingy to get notifications. Share this video. If you liked it, I appreciate that. We will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace out.